Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for joining. So this is November. I'm doing things a little bit different this month. Obviously, I'm really tapping into these kind of more mysterious, hidden, darker energies of Scorpio energy. Scorpio is a very interesting season, you guys, and I have a Scorpio midheaven. I have a Scorpio north node, so around this time every year, I'm definitely I definitely transform in ways that I'm just completely reborn, as a person. And this is true for everyone. This is true for every sign. So transformation, death, rebirth, renewal, purity, definitely emotional transformation, very, very important around these times, right? I'm sure you guys can all feel the intense energies here, especially emotionally. So it's very interesting here that we're already in November, strongly approaching December. Also, guys, really sorry the videos are late. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I kind of like that my videos come out later because it's when all the other videos are uploaded, kind of like all the other tarot readers have uploaded their videos, and some of them are doing the mid-months around here. So, my readings tend to be kind of the mid-month, but I like that because when I record, I have a lot of energy to work with already. So when we speak, we speak towards the middle of the month, where I can really hone in on some of the energies that you guys have felt already, and that can kind of come out for the beginning of the reading, and then I touch on the ending of the month. Just know that it's okay to watch my videos at any time, because the way that I read, I've done a lot of personal readings on people, and I tend to see that my readings are futuristic. So just know that what the information that you receive in my videos this month, they go into December as well. And I will be speaking to you guys in December. I was really, really sick. My throat actually has started to hurt again. So yeah, good. Thanks. Great. But yeah, definitely takes a lot of work to talk for hours at a time. And I was deathly sick in the beginning of the month. So I wasn't even able to start these videos until around, I don't know, I want to say around the 10th or something like that. And I'm going to have a chance to upload them very soon. So that's great. Other than being sick and everything like that, I'm just thinking that divine timing, we talk when we do, and I really look forward to it every month. Scorpio season is all about your intuition, okay? So the readings that I'm doing this month, especially with me having a North Node and me being a water sign, I'm extremely affected by these energies, and I have no choice but to transform around these times. I'm seeing a lot of readers on YouTube really following their intuition around this month and doing what we call intuitive readings. So I did a little bit of that this month for you guys' messages. Really, really powerful messages coming out this month for everyone. So I hope they're relatable and helpful in some way. But you have to understand that with Scorpio energy, it really gives me the power to dig deep into your subconscious, and it digs deep into your energy, so that the information that comes out are deep subconscious hidden problems going on in your life, right? And some people aren't going to want to relate to those things because it's pretty intimate. Scorpio energy has everything to do with intimacy. It is the eighth house, and usually, this is the time of year where everything that we want to keep hidden at a subconscious level is completely aired out. Scorpio is a purging energy. So it really purges out anything that isn't pure. It purges out anything that needs to transform. And I really love this time of year because we're approaching Sagittarius season, which is very light, and it's a very expansive time, right? November, a very powerful month. So yeah, the readings, guys, I'm working. I tried to do an 8-card spread for most of you. So I'm using the Wisdom of the House of Night deck, of course, because that's very Scorpio. And then I'll be using regular tarot to clarify your cards. So we start out with pretty much 4 cards there that symbolize your energy for this month. And then we do clarifiers, which is always nice to get even a little bit more insight with the energies that we receive from spirit. So for the most part, guys, I really just wanted to work with these energies. Another cool thing about these readings is that A part of the theme that I'm doing this month, besides the black lipstick, of course, is I wanted to record at nighttime. It didn't really dawn on me until this season that I've never recorded tarot readings at night. I've always done it this far with in the light, you know, and then I'm worried about when the sun's gonna go down, and I'm limited to how many videos I can do. I'm a night owl. I stay up really late. You know, I'm staying up till like 5 a.m. every night, and that's just how I am as a Pisces. I was born around that time, so I just like to stay up late, guys. I'm a night owl for sure. And you know, there's something there about the nights because a lot of different energies presented themselves to me. So this is something that I may do in the future as well. Do certain signs, and if you like that, comment below and let me know. If you like more of the feel that I had in the nighttime for you, for your messages, because it definitely felt better for me as well. Me being a night person, I work better at nighttime. My energy is more calm and it's more mysterious, and I really wanted to do that for Scorpio season, so that was really fun to do. So yeah, that was interesting to do that. And other than that, you know, I really just wanted to freestyle and be intuitive and let whatever energies, because Scorpio is all about purification. So I really didn't want to cloud the readings with what, you know, usually I have some type of setting to do, right? But no, it was pretty freestyle this time around, and I really enjoyed the messages there. So I do have a little bit of astrology for you guys for the beginning of the video, and then we'll get started with your actual individual tarot readings. So we did have a full moon in Taurus on November 3rd. Long time ago, guys. I would have loved, I have a Taurus moon. So, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going through some completions there, but I would have loved to talk to you guys around that time. But that was the time when I was really sick. Interesting that Taurus is my 3rd house, and Taurus rules the throat chakra, and I was sick with strep throat. So I'm realizing that every month or every year around this time, I usually go through some type of throat chakra issue, and it was not fun. Interesting that we had daylight savings time end on that 4th. So it's just interesting to me, a lot of mysterious connections that I'm making around this time, that we had a full moon and then the daylight savings time ended. We are in the darker half of the year, guys, and Scorpio is known as the dark night of the soul. So if you make it through this season, I'm proud of you and congratulations, because you're not going to make it through as the same person you were before. We're all going through certain transformations, and that's why these readings are very deep this month. We have Mercury going into Sagittarius. We had that going on the 5th. I did mention in the Aries video that Mercury was in Libra still, but it isn't. Mercury has entered, or that Mercury was in Scorpio. It isn't. It's in Sagittarius. And we have Venus in Scorpio, though, so that's cool. Venus moved into Scorpio on the 7th. And the 10th, we had Lilith move into Capricorn, so that's something that, you know, that we're going to talk about a little bit in the videos with some of you that I feel it applies to. We have a beautiful new moon in Scorpio on the 18th. This is when the sun and the moon are both in Scorpio, making the moon invisible in the sky. Please mark your calendars for that day, you guys. Very important day to do emotional releasing work. It's going to be a very dark day, and I don't mean that as in bad. You know, I'm really trying here to spread the messages of light and dark, whereas light is not good and dark is not bad or evil, right? There's beautiful things that come from the dark and really horrible things that come from the light, and that's the duality of our universe there. So, you know, this new moon, when the sky is at its darkest, the dark enough to hide the moon, you know, Scorpio does well with energies like that. Not because Scorpio is dark, because Scorpio is the lightest sign. Like, they are so pure, right? They're all about death and transformation. And that's just so beautiful. Death and rebirth, some of the two things that we don't know much about, but how pure is it to be born? How pure is it to die and transform? Just lovely energies, and we're all going through this on different levels, right? So interesting day there to have the moon and the sun in Scorpio. Wonderful time to do any emotional work or any, you know, meditations, anything like that with spirituality. Beautiful, beautiful time. And then on November 21st, we have the sun entering Sagittarius. So a lot of us are going to really, you know, this is when the transformations kind of let up a little bit right now. Dream on. We're all being transformed and noticing things about ourselves that we didn't even know. And that's what transformation is all about, you know, kind of letting die what we're no longer of and rebirthing into what we are. Okay, so there are certain parts of us that are dying and that won't make it. And we need to encourage that, because Scorpio, we really have Scorpio to thank for that kind of energy. But yes, we will have the sun move into Sagittarius. And on November 22nd, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. Awesome for me, awesome for you and where your Neptune placement is. And then, of course, at the end of the month, we have what we call Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who decide to celebrate Thanksgiving. I have a strong Native American history, so, I'm pretty enlightened and I'm pretty woke. So Thanksgiving has always given me the creeps. As a kid, when I was forced in school to color the kind of pilgrim pictures and the Indian pictures, and they had a feast and it was all great and lovely. Well, my soul is very intelligent, and I always had a horrible feeling about Thanksgiving. And I'm sure some of you have done research, and some of you are woke and enlightened to the real meaning of Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating Thanksgiving at the end of this month. Interesting that as soon as Neptune goes direct the same day that the sun moves into Sagittarius, and then we have Thanksgiving right after that. So this year, for Thanksgiving, yes, I will be eating dinner, but it's not a traditional Thanksgiving dinner because I just like to be different, and I like to set different trends. I'm going to be doing a lot of meditations for the lives that were lost, some of my ancestors that were lost in the Thanksgiving celebrations, or the pilgrim days back then, stuff like that. So I'll be doing meditations there for that, and I'll just be using that day to be thankful. I will be doing a lot of creative work with Thankful and the Art of Thanks, and I'll be writing out things that I'm thankful for, things that I value, and I'm just gonna be thankful to be alive. You know what I'm saying? With God willing, I will be alive on that day, and it'll be a very spiritual day for me to kind of reflect on what I am thankful for. And just that we're talking now, guys, I'm extremely thankful for all of you. Extremely thankful for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and your comments for sure. I love talking with you guys. I love getting your comments. I have notifications on my phone, so I get a notification every time one of you likes or subscribes, and it just puts a smile on my face. Well, some of the good comments, some of the bad ones are like, yee, but most of them, I'll see that it's relating to you guys and that my messages were so helpful. And I have all the belief in myself. I believe in the messages I spread, but at the same time, as a tarot reader, it's hard because I'm talking to a computer, you know what I mean? I know I'm talking with your guys' energy, but I don't necessarily have your feedback right away to say, yes, I am going through that. So it's extremely intuitive work, which is beautiful around this time. And it's even more beautiful that we're heading into a time of belief. And I strongly believe in spirit. I strongly believe in the collective consciousness, and that the right messages will receive or wind up with the right people. So I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the talents, gifts, and abilities that I have in order to do this kind of work. I'm thankful to be alive, and I'm thankful to experience, this chance at consciousness. So, whatever you're doing here to wrap up the month of November, I send all my blessings to you guys, and I really hope that the readings this month were relatable and helpful to you. Please comment below and let me know what you guys think. And as always, be blessed, and you have my best energy sent to you. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful month in November. It is really intense. It is really transforming, but just know, we're coming up on the end of the year. So that's a transformation in itself. There's a lot here to do with cycles. Also, meditation is coming up very strongly for us in November and December. So make sure you're taking the time to do your spiritual work, whether that's just being outside and looking up at the sky and kind of speaking to your higher self, or being at one with the universe. Whether you do meditations or yoga or whatever it is that you do, it is coming up strong for the signs in November and December. And that's pretty awesome, because I would say around this time where we're transforming, it's extremely important for us to stay in touch with our higher self, because so much is changing right now about people and places and things around us, and we're changing and other people are changing, and it can be kind of hectic, you guys, but just know at the end of all this, we're going to be stronger people, and we're going to be transformed into things that into the things that we need to be in order for the next step of our life. Right? So these transformations are very, very necessary and critical to our being and our conscious state. Our whole entire universe is transforming right now. So I don't want this intro to be very long, but those are some words that I really wanted to say to you guys. And without further ado, hear your readings for November, and I hope you enjoy. All right, bye guys. Talk to you in December. Oh, hi Leo. Fancy seeing you here in the jungle. Oh, that's right, you rule the jungle. Welcome to your November reading, guys. Let's see here. Before I start the readings, there is a few things I want to talk to you about, probably. I mentioned a lot of this in my intro video, so I won't spend too much time, especially because there's not much energy in Leo other than you guys still being the North Node. You know, I didn't realize, and it's so interesting that I didn't realize it, because I was the South Node last year. So a year ago, Pisces was the South Node. Yeah, a year ago. And, you know, that's quite different than being the North Node, but, you know, the moon has these nodes, and it's the North and the South Node. And I just didn't realize how long the nodes, like, I guess I knew that they were, excuse me, in, you know, the North Nodes take 19 months to move. So we have a whole nother year of you being the North Node, and I guess I thought it would just be quicker than that. It feels like it's been a long time since Leo has been the North Node, and we have strength at the bottom, so I guess that I'll keep shuffling. I like that strength card for you guys. So yeah, I was talking to an Aquarius the other day, and it just kind of brought it to mind. Interesting that I would be talking to the South Node, because Aquarius is the South Node and Leo is the North Node. And, you know, he kind of brought to my attention that the nodes aren't going to move until November 2018 is when the North Node will move into Cancer and the South Node will move into Capricorn. So, guys, I believe that this nodal shift and kind of change isn't going to take initiative. I mean, it's taking initiative now, I should say. So that's just very interesting. I don't have that written here, but that's just kind of something I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that North Node still being in Leo. So we're still, you know, learning from Leo energy. It could be very intense right now for you guys. So how are you doing? We are in a fixed water sign season. It's Scorpio season. And as I mentioned in the intro a little bit, there is a lot of emotional transformation taking place right now. So as you being a fixed fire sign and very passionate Leo, I'm sure that there is some emotion coming up for you in these months, right? So, you know, you are ruled by the sun, Leo, which is the strongest, I mean, it's the biggest star in the solar system. But, you know, as I was mentioning to Cancer about how the moon, as Cancer is ruled by the moon, you know, when the moon travels through the zodiac signs, sorry, there was just some energy I needed to clear up from, I've been doing readings for a few hours now, so I wanted to get you guys some clear energy. I was talking to Cancer a while ago about how they're ruled by the moon, and the full moon in Taurus that took place on November 3rd. You know, I feel like even though that wasn't in Cancer, since Cancer is ruled by the moon, that, you know, it'll affect them. So with that being said, I believe the sun traveling around the zodiac wheel would definitely affect Leo, because the sun has everything to do with awareness, right? It has a lot to do with what we are physically seeing. So we have this energy in Scorpio. So Leo, I would assume that you are now aware of emotional transformation, and you are now aware of emotional healing, and if you're not, you will be very soon. Scorpio season started in October 2023, October 23rd. And don't worry, we will have the sun entering Sagittarius, your sister sign, on the 21st. So we have a lot of energy going on there. We do have a lot of energy in Scorpio. A lot of energy in Scorpio, but I think that's all we really need to talk about, Leo, is just I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, remind you a little bit about the North Node, and that is really picking up. So if you're feeling a little bit more pressure now, it's because you know, the North Node is definitely a part of destiny in this world. And our universe is very much learning from you in Aquarius right now. So I guess that's it, Leo. It's time to start your reading. Okay, so Spirit, let's get some energies. Okay, wait, there was something I was forgetting. Since Scorpio energy is, and I believe I mentioned this in my intro video as well, but just in case I didn't, I'm just going off of intuition today. I just want to kind of give you guys an intuitive reading. I am going to try to get 4 cards from this deck, and then I will get 4 cards from the regular tarot to kind of validate and clarify the cards that come out from the wisdom of the House of Night. I believe this is a perfect energy to have for Scorpio, this energy here. So we're going to get 4 cards. So Scorpio is the 8th house, you know, so I wanted to get 8 cards in total, but you know, I have a lot of energy in Scorpio that just kind of allows me to flow during these times. So whatever comes out is what comes out, but we're aiming to get you some energies here from the House of Night. So let's see what's going on for Leo, the sign of Leo in the month of November. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Spirit, this is for the sign of Leo, the Leos that watch my Pisces Fiercest channel. Alright, whoa. So, we had a few cards pop up. We had love. And then we had risk, okay? And I'm going to follow my intuition with that. So, there's, off the bat, there's a risk that some Leos are taking with love this month. So, that's what Scorpio season would do to Leo, okay? Oh, okay. And then we have loyalty coming out. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Alright, one more card please for the sign of Leo. Alright, the High Priestess of Air, and at the bottom of the deck we have differences. Alright, interesting reading, Leo. So before we get clarifiers, I'm just gonna speak a bit about what I'm picking up from these energies here. Very interesting. So right off the bat we have love. And in this card, in this deck, it talks about this card having a lot to do with opening your heart to love, okay? It talks about, I mean, I'm feeling a lot of different energies here. Almost healing a broken heart almost. So getting over heartbreak or anything like that. And I see that you're holding your heart in your hand. And there's actually a heart here. And then there's a littler heart. And on that littler heart, there is a moon. So there's something here about intuitive love or following your intuition when it comes to opening your heart, Leo. So there is something here, and you're definitely offering your heart or love. And another thing about this card, this is such a Leo card. You guys are ruled by the heart, right? You guys rule the heart chakra. And you guys rule passion and love and things like that. So you definitely have your heart in your hand, Leo. And I don't see that you're really protecting your heart in a way. I see that you're almost offering it, or I don't know, I get so many different energies, and I'm always so afraid to talk to you guys. I'm not sure why that is, but let's see here. There's definitely some delicacy here, something about handling the heart in a delicate way. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. It is wrapped up as a gift. This heart is wrapped up like a gift, so it's like you might be giving your heart to someone in November. So I'm seeing that, but it's very delicately. So you're giving your heart in a very delicate way. And there's something here with the moon and with intuition as well, Leo. So that's very interesting. But what this card actually talks about in this deck, it talks about, you know, love in your life, and that now is a time to really open up your heart. No matter if you're hurt, you have to trust that, you know, that the universe is going to send you someone who loves you even more. If you perhaps went through a certain situation where your heart was broken, well, this lady has too, and she's actually wrapped her heart up in a kind of a Christmassy kind of way. You see the kind of ribbons around her heart, and she has her emotions there. Okay, so the moon, it can symbolize emotions, and we have the moon here on this kind of smaller heart inside the bigger heart. So deep inside you, Leo, you have your heart's intuition, and you have your best interest at heart, or there's someone in your life who has your best interest at heart. And other than that, I just see you realizing the love that you have to offer people. And I pray that any of the pain that you've been through this far through the 2017 has not rode on you in a way where you're going to wrap your heart up and not give it to anybody, Leo. Because I do see a little bit of that. But even if you are, it's funny because you're a Leo and you've wrapped your heart in a way where, fine, I'll protect my heart and I'll wrap it up like a gift and give it to somebody. So that's like a really soft and gentle way. I see a lot here with soft, gentle delicacy. So I see that your heart is very, very soft and fragile, Leo. And that might not have everything to do with it being hurt. You might be coming out of a period where you were protecting your heart, right? So, and I do remember your reading last month being very interesting, and there was forbidden. There was a lot to do with forbidden in your reading. So you could have opened forbidden doors. I later read about the forbidden card, and it talks a lot about certain love interest ending in your life. It talks a lot about moving on from certain people, places, and things. It talks about spirit telling you no. And I was quite shy to explain that to you, Leo, because you just don't tell Leo no. Like, you guys are the kings and queens of the jungle, and you are the children of the zodiac. So this just the same as you don't really want to tell a kid no. Not that you're children. You're just very childlike at heart. And there's actually a childlike feel to this lady in her heart. And this is for the men and the women as well. But, you do have, children are very, very special. So, I don't know how you feel about being the children of the zodiac, Leo, but I would love it. I have a Mars in Leo, so it makes me very childlike at heart. I love coloring. I love Disney movies. I love writing and drawing and coloring with chalk, and I'm all for that, the kids stuff. And I love children. So it's a compliment. I see it as a compliment, and I see it as very delicate, special, intimate. Interesting that word would come up in Scorpio season. So, just the same as children wander, and then children are very, I don't want to say naive, but they're very trusting. So Leo, you're very trusting, and you can be very naive when it comes to love because you offer your heart so effortlessly, right? And you guys are so, when you love somebody, you just give your heart completely. And so that is what this is saying, that, this is speaking to situations that you have really given your heart to. And you gave it in a delicate way. Some of you may have been hurt. Some of you are coming out of a period of doctoring your heart up. You've really held your heart in your hand and you've really nurtured it back to life, and perhaps you're ready to love again. Leo is always ready to love again. I don't know many Leos who give up on love, and the day that you do is going to be a very sad day because you guys rule love on the zodiac wheel. So if you are a Leo who's experiencing some type of hurt, Spirit is encouraging you to kind of gift wrap your heart. Don't allow the pain to reach your heart because your heart is still pure and it's still loving, and there's someone out there that you can love very deeply. So there's something also here with intimacy and intimate love, okay? So you're giving your heart in a very intimate way, which is the deepest way that you could give anything. So I'm really drawn here to the lady, how it's like maybe Leo has the ability to protect their heart and give it away at the same time. And that is just so beautiful. And I'm seeing that in your reading here. And it's such a beautiful feeling here. Whoever you have your eye on to give your heart to is a very lucky person. And I hope they realize that the heart, especially the heart of a Leo, is the best thing they could give you. Loving a Leo, being loved in return by a Leo is a very precious gift, is what Spirit is saying. And I do pray if you're cross-watching, so if you're not a Leo and you're watching because you're dealing with a Leo or because you have a Leo moon or rising, just know that this information applies to you as well. And if you're dealing with a Leo, just know that they're in a very delicate place right now. A lot of them are coming from very hurt places. I know a few Leos, and the Leos that I know have been protecting their heart for a very long time. So it's almost as if her hands were covering the heart at first, and now you guys have moved them in a way where you can hold it like this, and you're kind of offering it. So I see this as a love offer. But in the actual deck, this talks about you opening your heart. So there's something there with that as well, Leo, to open your heart back up because there's love opportunities here for you in November and December. And we're going to pull clarifiers on these cards as well to kind of further understand what spirit could be referring to. And I don't want to move on without mentioning the number 10 here. So this is a 1-0 up there. So for many of you, this is a beginning and an end with love, because a 10 means completion. And this is the number 10. It's just backwards because of my camera. So for some Leos, there is a completion with love. You know, and with every completion, there is a beginning. So it's interesting with numerology, if you took that 1 and you took the 0 that make up the number 10 and you added them together, you would get number 1. So for every end, there's a new beginning. There may be some of you who need to let go of old exes and old love situations, love interests. If they're not working out, you know, as a Leo, you will feel that in your heart. You have to let your heart guide you. This came up at the beginning of your reading, so I believe your heart is what's guiding you right now. And your heart, you know, we talk a lot about Scorpio season being emotionally transforming, right? Well, perhaps for Leo, that means access and awakening of the heart chakra. So I'm feeling and seeing that very strongly for you. Extremely important for you to close certain doors. I remember Forbidden coming up for you guys last time that I did your reading. Okay, so you know, there are certain doors that are closed now, Leo, especially with you being the North Node. You know, that is very karmically involved. So the people that you are with are either clearing up karma with you, or they are a part of your karma to get over. You know, it's like when you're dealing with someone in a karmic relationship, it's not like a normal relationship where it's more intense, and it's like you've been with each other in a past life. And when that karma finishes, it's very dangerous to continue being with that person, because it's keeping them, or perhaps keeping you, from moving on with your heart. You know, I see a lot waiting for you. You know, in the months to come, especially in 2018. This is a year for you. 2017 and 2018 are very important years for Leo, and for your heart, and for love. Okay, so love is coming up here very strongly. Just know that if there's any of you out there dealing with the ending of a love, there's a beautiful new beginning coming, and that's what the number 10 is speaking to me. But you know, it's interesting that we have this risk card come up right after love. So there's a risk of love coming in strongly for Leo right now in November. And the way that these cards are set up, it's almost like she walked away. For some of you, you are taking a leap. Do you see how that is? She's leaping from, if you can see that without the glare. It's like almost as if this cliff is a part of this heart. So you're walking off your heart's cliff, and you're taking a risk with love. And I see that very strongly for you, Leos. So this is the number 31, if that number means anything to you guys. It's also the number 4. So number 4 has a lot to do with emotional security and emotional stability, which is important right now around the time of Scorpio season. So you may be taking a risk with your emotions right now, Leo, and that might be why you're holding your heart so delicately. I'm seeing and feeling that strongly for you guys, but you're coming from a pure place. This may even have something to do with the full moon in Taurus or the full moon in Gemini coming up, because full moons bring certain completions and new beginnings. But you're really on the cliff, and this lady is fully surrendering. So you're being asked, Leo, to fully surrender. And this may not have everything to do with love, but it came up with the love card. So I'm very much mixing these two energies together for this message. Some of you may be taking a risk with your own heart and moving away from love, going out on a limb for something else. But for the majority of you Leos, I see you strongly taking a risk here. And we have the moon directly. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it because of the glare. You probably won't. But there is a theme with these decks, and there's always a moon. I'm going to put my finger right where the moon is, and maybe you'll be able to see it. There is a moon on the lady's dress. I think you can see it now. If you look really closely, there's a moon there, and it's kind of on her butt. So there's something there about intuition. Like, you know, sometimes you have to pull intuition out of your ass and just make a fucking leap. So this is talking about that. This is talking about, you know, I know your feelings and your heart might be telling you to do one thing, but you really want to listen to your intuition this month, especially with with Scorpio season, right? Scorpio being a fixed water sign. There's a lot here to do with just surrendering, a lot of transformations, and we have to take risk with these transformations, especially transformations of the heart. So I'm really understanding now that Leos are going through the transformation of the heart right now. So I probably will title your video Transformation of the Heart. Or transformation of love, something along those lines, because you're taking certain risks now because of these transformations. And I see you guys just literally walking, and just, you see how she's just surrendering, like she's just, she's not afraid, she's not going to allow. And it's interesting that I say that, because fear is the opposite of love, okay? So fear is what would allow someone to cover their heart or hide their feelings. And feelings and emotions are strongly related to the heart, right? Strongly related to the heart. So we have heart and mind, heart and mind. And right now, it's really the heart and feelings that are taking over the universe. So there's something here, you might learn something, you might listen to your heart and take a certain risk, right? It could be moving to a certain place, entering a relationship that is really scary and new, but you want to follow your heart, Leo, because you want to open your heart to certain risks that you're taking right now, right? You want to open your heart to certain emotional risks. Don't overly protect yourself right now, because Spirit is really here to tell you that you're being encouraged to take that leap. Underneath, at the bottom of this cliff, there's someone or something that is very comforting. And you're going to learn so much on the way down, Leo. If you just take that jump and if you just take that leap, you're going to learn so much on the way down. It's going to be extremely emotionally enlightening and emotionally liberating. This is a very liberating feeling. In order to jump, you're going to have to let go of a lot of the baggage, a lot of the people, places, and things that are negative for you. So certain jobs, certain energies, certain relationships, certain friendships, you're going to have to let go. And I believe in my heart that you definitely know what these things are that need to be let go. There's certain things, you don't want to take the weight of the world with you on this leap, because it's only you who's meant to jump. You're the one being asked to jump right now, Leo, with your heart. So that's about all that you're taking with you down on that leap is this kind of heart in your hands, right? So there's a certain risk here, and there's a certain emotional risk. I'm seeing this strongly as an emotional risk, because there's just the hint, there's a hint of a moon in the back of this card. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's right here. You just have to trust me. Oh, okay. So there's a lot here about trust, right? In order to take a risk, you trust your own emotions and you trust your own heart. So trust your heart, trust your intuition, trust your emotions, Leo, because that's exactly what it's going to take to make this kind of risk and to make the decision to leave a lot behind. She's all alone. She's actually not even carrying anything. She just has her heart. And she has what she feels, and that's enough for her to make this decision. She doesn't care what anybody thinks. So this could be a certain risk with your foundation as well. You see how she's leaving a certain foundation behind? It's real cool to be right here. It seems very sturdy, but she has walked off the edge of the earth, and she's ready to take a leap into this is really, really interesting, that she's leaping to somewhere that's unknown. So this is talking about taking a risk with the unknown, Leo. And I know that's not easy to do when it comes to matters of the heart, or when it comes to what we feel. But it's coming up in spirit, and you're really being guided here to take that emotional risk. And for some of you, I strongly feel that it has something to do with foundation because of the number 4 up there. So you're going to be leaving, maybe you guys have reached the end of a certain foundation with a certain person or a certain area. Sometimes we grow as much as we can from a situation, and it's time to jump into another situation that could perhaps be stronger for us or more grounded for us, right? And you are a fixed sign, Leo, so you do appreciate stability, right? And there's not much stability that you can gain. This is a lot of fear right here at the edge of this mountain. It's like walking the plank with a pirate, like walk the plank. But instead of walking the plank, she's leaping. This is a leap of trust, a leap of faith, a leap of love, a leap of emotional foundation. We're going to get clarifiers, so we'll know more about that. But let's move on for now to this loyalty card. So we have the number 33. So for some of you, the number 33 could be important to you. But we have this figure here in the woods, and she just reminds me of Leo, and I'm not sure why. But she just has that kind of childlike wonder in her eye, and she's just kind of looking and observing, right? Very Leo energy for me. And oh wow, very, very, very Leo. Because we have these sunflowers in the corner, and it's black and white this month, but you have to trust me, they're beautiful yellow color. Sunflowers are very much related to Leo. So this card very much came out for you guys. And you have that, oh wow, there's a butterfly there too. So there's something here with being loyal to the transformations happening in life right now. Do you see that that kind of butterfly there? Here's the butterfly. And here is the flowers that the butterfly is. So there's the light of transformation. Sunflowers are all about, they're a Leo energy, so they're all about love and warmth and positivity and vibrance, abundance, prosperity. So there's something here transforming, right? These are right by this lady. So this transformation, this love, light, and prosperity and abundance is directly for her. And she has this moon on her head as well. So she definitely took a leap with her intuition. There's something that you know, Leo. There's something that you've been knowing for a long time, perhaps a few months. And, you really want to be loyal. This is loyalty here. And there's lots of flowers. You want to be loyal to yourself. The butterfly, to me, speaks profoundly to transformations because of the whole cocoon thing, right? So there's something here about being loyal to transformation, and Scorpio season has everything to do with transformation, and the butterfly signifies something beautiful after death, right? So even if this lady falls and crashes on the rocks below, she's gonna rise, and that's what you have to trust. You have to trust yourself not to fall and die. And you know what I mean? And love is a very dying energy, because heartbreak can feel a lot like dying, right, Leo? But back to this kind of loyalty card here. There's loyalty is very important to you, Leo. I'm not saying every Leo is, loyal, but I know that you appreciate a loyal partner. One thing about Leo is when you do choose a partner to be with, you guys are very, very much expressive of that partner. And you're very proud of them, pretty much like I'll get a tattoo of your name 3 days at, like, if you're really sure. I'm not trying to make fun of you guys. I like this about you. If you're really sure about your heart and about, it's not even a risk to you. It's funny that as I'm talking, I'm being led. So if you're sure about your heart, if somebody does something right, or you're feeling a connection with somebody and you feel safe enough to give them your heart, then you will jump for them and you will make certain risks for them, right? And you need to do this for loyal people. You might be taking a risk for someone who's more loyal, or something that's going to be more loyal for you. This could be a job, it could be something to do with your foundation, but I see this as coming up for the Leos who are in relationships, and perhaps relationships that are transforming. So Leos who were hurt and took a risk with someone new, or some Leos who are hurt and ready to take a risk now to kind of open themselves back up to love. But just make sure you're doing that with loyalty, and be loyal to yourself, Leo, because there's a lot of you in this card as well. You're changing as a person, right? There's this butterfly here. And as I was mentioning, the butterfly signifies beauty after death. The caterpillar is no more, but the butterfly can now spread its wings and fly. So this is also taking a risk here with love, and the fact that love can take flight around this time of year. So, here we are with this loyalty here. This person is in the forest. So there's loyalty growing here. And the moon is right on her forehead. So she's very much intuitive. She's so cute. She's a very, very cute person. And Leo, you guys are very attractive. And that's another thing about the butterfly. Butterflies are attracted to beauty in vibrant colors. And that's very Leo, right? These flowers, very bright. And this butterfly, this transformation, is attracted to this person who's changing. But just make sure, these are people who understand loyalty. Because, you don't want to be put in a situation where your heart is hurting. Leo does not do well when their heart is hurting. We have the 33 up here. So that's a very angelic number, 33, the Trinity. So there's mind, body, and soul here, connecting to somebody in a loyal way, mind, body, and soul. And there's something here with the number 6, because 3 plus 3 is 6. So the 6th house in astrology talks a lot about lifestyle. It's the house of Virgo. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo. That would be interesting. But, you know, you want to be loyal to your lifestyle right now, Leo. And that may have something to do with the risk that you're taking. It may have something to do with the risk of love that you're taking. Perhaps this risk of love is, it could hinder your lifestyle. You may be moving with a certain person, moving in with a certain person, or walking away from a certain person who you thought had your heart. And for some Leos, this loyalty is strongly speaking to the loyalty of their self. So you're being very loyal to yourself in November, Leo. And if you're not, the Spirit is encouraging you to take flight, really, really take flight with who you are. You know, you are the heart. You know, there's a lot here with legendary. You know, the number 10 above this kind of heart is talking about the long-term goals and the legacy of who you are. And you're doing that with love. So I feel that you are learning to love your own self, Leo. And you're learning to trust yourself and your own intuition, especially because the intuition came from your heart at first with this moon here. There's a moon on the heart here. So it came from your heart, and then it's more so on your side here, or on your ass. So your intuition is on your ass. Like, hey, Leo, you better make that jump. Like that's interesting that I'm seeing that, because it's like, man, your intuition is on your ass, man. It's really trying to point you in the right directions. And once you listen to it, you will find yourself in a place of surrender, and you're going to be open and willing. There's a lot here about being open, opening yourself up to change, and opening yourself up to love, and opening yourself up to the changes in love, and not holding on. Okay, there's something here with not holding on, because we have you, you know, really holding on to your heart here, Leo, holding on to it in a way where you may not give it to a certain person, or you may be keeping it hidden, you know. And that's interesting that Scorpio has a lot to do with hidden, but there's a lot to do with intimacy here as well. So you really don't want to hide, Leo. You don't want to hide that beautiful heart. You know, so some of you Leos are dealing with that as well, while others of you are offering your heart and trying to offer your heart, but make sure you're offering it to loyal people. So, you know, you are hanging on to your heart in a way, but just make sure you're not hanging on to matters of the heart that are keeping you from making this really important risk here in November. There's a very important leap that you must take in November, Leo, in order to kind of jump into this whole new reality when it's Sagittarius season. And, you know, your loyalty is really growing right now. I see a lot of earth here. Some of you may be dealing with earth signs. Remember how I was saying 3 plus 3 is 6. So some of you may be with a Virgo, or, you know, with a very grounded figure. And if that's not it, then you're just surrounded by earth. Could be very beneficial for you guys to get out and take some fall walks, especially if you're in like Michigan, or like any places that experience the 4 seasons or the seasonal changes, because it's going to get very cold soon, and it's going to take a hinder. I mean, I love winter, and I will be taking some winter walks. Everything's so quiet and pure and soft and just peaceful in the winter, but it's very good to get out in the fall. And these, you can't see because it's black and white, but this is all fall here. All this is fall leaves. It's orange, and there's certain greens. So this is a very transforming card, and that's why that butterfly is there. We have certain flowers withering away and dying because it's getting cold outside. So don't become cold, Leo. You don't want to let your heart become cold, because this person is, you are very warm still. She's very vibrant looking, right? She's very much alive still. So, you know, she is transforming, and there are certain things that are dying right now. And, you know, we really want to take a risk with that and let go of certain things so that we can embrace better things for us. And we have this intuition here right on your forehead. So you want to let the moon and your emotions and certain feelings of yours guide you to the loyalty surrounding you. Transformation will be loyal to you, I'm hearing, in November, as long as you take a risk with love and the transformation of your very own heart. I really want to name this video that, the transformation of the heart. And then we have the High Priestess of Air. So the High Priestess of Air is coming up, and when I see this card, this is, you know, this is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And you may be taking on some of that energy, Leo, and this is a person who is very good at communicating. So after this, after protecting your heart, after going through heartbreak, and that's a very transforming, it's like you put your heart back together, and you put it back in a way that it's more beautiful than before. So that's why you're holding it in a very delicate way, because you're like, I just fixed this. This is the best thing I have to offer you. So I'm really timid about it, but I'm willing to take this risk and take this leap with you if we're on the same page, if you're loyal. That's exactly what this reading is saying. I just fixed my heart. I just made it beautiful again because I'm a Leo and my heart is always going to be beautiful. And I will give this away as a gift. I will follow the intuition of my heart, and I will take a risk for certain situations. It could be even you, Leo. For the single Leos who have no interest in relationships, things like that, this is you fixing your heart. This is self-love, right? I don't see anybody else fixing your heart for you. You're alone. There's a lot of Leos who are alone, who's had to face their pain on their own, and someone has hurt you, and you picked up the pieces of your heart, and you are now, it maybe took a long time, I'm feeling, but you're back, and you're back to your Leo self, and you have fixed your heart in a way that's more beautiful than before, like I was saying. And you will take certain risks, for yourself and for others, as long as you're on the same page of loyalty, right? As long as you align with my lifestyle, and as long as you can honor this new heart of mine, and as long as you appreciate me jumping for you, as long as you appreciate me taking this risk for you, I am in this. I will be loyal to you. I will be loyal to your heart and my heart. I will handle my heart with care and your heart with care, and we can be in this long term. Leos like to take risks for something that's going to be very long term for them. You don't really like short term, you're not going to jump off a cliff for something that's going to last a day. But see, loyalty implies a long time. Loyalty is something that runs deep, right? This is a transformation here. So I'm seeing you taking certain risks for people who are in alignment, with your lifestyle and with your long-term goals in your lifestyle. And I see you communicating this, which is why the High Priestess of Air, by the ending of your reading, this is the end here of the this will be, I believe, the first card. So the beginning of November, you were probably focused a lot on your heart. You were focused a lot on the pain that you were feeling, and now we're in the middle of November. So right here, it's around this time now that you're taking this risk, Leo, and you're taking this emotional risk of stability, perhaps leaving a place that was very stable for you. You were very comfortable there, but you're like, screw it. I'm going to take me and my new heart. I'm going to trust my intuition, and I'm going to jump, in order to wind up in an even more place that's loyal to me, or there's this loyal person. Could be girl, could be guy, depending on what you're interested in. But I see that there are certain loyal people that you should take a risk for, or you should take a risk for loyalty too, or a risk for transformation. And anyways, at the end of this month, heading into December, you're really going to be communicating about your lifestyle. You're going to be communicating about the pain that you've been through, and you're going to be communicating about the risks that you've taken and certain risks that have come up, and Spirit is encouraging you to take this risk now. It's saying that it's okay, Leo. These risks are actually karmically involved in your destiny, and they're on your path. They're important for you. And I don't know about you, but after going through something like that, I would definitely need to take on this kind of High Priestess of Air energy, because this is very intellectual energy. This talks about not letting your feelings, completely take you over. That would be more so the High Priestess of Water. But here we have you coming out of this situation very loyal and very intellectual. Here's this intuition on your head again. So we have two figures here. By the end of this month, you're going to have your intuition very much covering your third eye. And you're going to be able to see your emotions in the way that you feel and the pain that you've been through, perhaps even hidden secrets. You're going to apply that to the things that can't really be seen, and what I mean by that is the intuition of this situation, why you intuitively took a risk, why maybe the deeper meanings to things. I'm feeling the deeper meaning to things. It's going to all make sense to you, Leo. That's why the moon is on your head. And you know, this could have this could be a Leo, Aquarius, or Gemini in the situation. By the end of the month, you could be communicating with an air sign, but this doesn't have to be an air sign. This is you communicating with any sign. This is you communicating with yourself. This is your heart's communication. This is you communicating about loyalty. Like, look, like, you gotta be loyal. Like, what you loyal to? Like, you just need to listen to the song Loyalty by Kendrick Lamar, who is a Gemini. You know, that song talks about a lot about what you're loyal to. Like, tell me who you're loyal to. Are you loyal to your family and friends? Are you loyal to your, you know, this is a good song, and it talks about, you know, loyalty and how important that is, and it makes you think about loyalty in a deeper way. So you could be communicating to people about that, or you could be communicating certain risks. Like, look, I took this risk for you and you hurt me. Like, it's so many different situations, Leo, but you really want to be communicating at the end of this month, heading into Sagittarius season, when the fire is back. Fire is coming back on November 22nd, and you know, the holidays are coming up, things like that. You really want to be communicating the way that you feel. We have the number 6 up here, so some of you could be communicating with people about your lifestyle, certain risks, changes, and loyalty about your lifestyle. But I see this as you really being covered in light at the end of this month. This is a beautiful card of light. And so it's light communication. Where there was arguments and heartbreak before, there could be, if the person is loyal and if that person is willing to take a risk with you, it is risky to talk from the heart. It is risky to communicate from your heart, which is why a lot of us don't do that. But I see that there are a lot of matters of the heart coming up for you, Leo. Certain risks that you've taken, you know, and whatever you've been loyal to this far, you're going to want to be communicating with it. People, places, and things. Could be a job, could be a partner, could be your family, your friends. And I have you at the bottom of the deck now. So we're going to go ahead and get some clarifiers for love. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords coming up for love. This is arguments. This is kind of a take energy. So some of you Leos were dealing with, this is a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So some of you could be hurt or stolen from, or just arguing with an air sign, or this is talking about arguments in the past with an air sign. For others of you, you weren't arguing with an air sign, you were just arguing. This is arguments with anybody. And it's certain arguments that left certain people in the background feeling all alone and defenseless. See how this guy has 3 swords in his hands. There's 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the ground. 2 on the ground, 1 in his hand, 2 in the other hand. 5 of Swords. Okay, Leo, you are the 5th house. And remember how I was saying, you know, 10 means completion. So some of you could be completing a love cycle. Well, 5 is half of 10. So there's half of you, half of your heart. That's another song to listen to. Half of My Heart by John Mayer. That might be interesting for you guys. It's a very beautiful song. This is just talking about being taken from. So, you know, it's interesting that this is coming up with love. Okay, so I'm going to get another clarifier because I believe this is just for some Leos, and then I'll get a different clarifier for the others of you. But the 5 of Swords is a very cloudy, rough energy. This guy is really mean, and he has more than enough for himself. So this is victory in a very bad way. Like, this guy is victorious. This guy here, he's very victorious, but his victories did not come without defeat of other people. So, you know, it depends on who you are in the situation, Leo. If you are this guy who, you know, maybe you protected your heart and you're like, like, you ain't about to break my heart. Let me have those swords so I know that you don't stab them in my heart. So there's something there with that. And if so, Leo, you've been really going back and forth about how bad you feel. Like, man, I really shouldn't have said those things in that argument. I really shouldn't have took from that person, you know. And this is a take energy for some of you. But for others of you, this is just things that were said in an argument. Okay, and this is literally half of your heart because it's the 5. So half of your heart has swords in it, and that would explain why you have healed and why you have kind of gift wrapped your heart and made it more pretty, because You know, it has hurt you. Certain arguments, these are words. Anytime you have a sword energy, see all the swords? This is an air energy. So air is communication. It's interesting that we have the high priestess of air at the end of your reading. So you may be talking and reconnecting with some of these people. You know, this is just hurtful situations. You may be contacting people who you've made feel this way, or people who have hurt you this way will be contacting you. So you're either the man with all the swords, or you're somebody who feels kind of defenseless, right? So we have the Five of Swords there. And if you are feeling defenseless, it would make sense why you would just drop everything and take a risk. At the bottom of the deck, we do have Cancer. So for some of you Leos, this is talking about fighting and pain and heartache with a certain Cancer individual. If you're not dealing with a Cancer Leo, then you're dealing with someone who's very emotional, or you're dealing with your own emotions being stolen from your heart. The emotions and the heart are very linked. So, okay, we have the Five of Swords with love. Let's see what else is there, because that card kind of jumped out before I even asked it. Like, so Spirit, this is for Leo's reading, and I have love down here. So we're really honing in on the matters of the heart and matters of opening the heart. Why is that showing up for Leo's reading? All right, so we had a few cards pop out. We have a new beginning. This came up for Cancer as well. So we have this kind of two Aries energy, right? So there's the new beginning here with passion and with yourself, because the Aries card talks all about, you know, the Emperor card. It's the Aries card. Some of you may be going on a new beginning with an Aries, and if you're not dealing with an Aries, you are going on a new beginning with yourself, because Aries rules the house of self, and this is a very protected figure who holds the world in his hands. So this is really interesting that this is coming up, because here's this risk again. If you want to take a look at this card again and how she's kind of jumping off the cliff, well, so is he. There's a lot here about letting go, Leo, and you're taking a certain risk here, starting over with love. So this is you after you've healed your heart. This is you being passionate, you at the beginning of a journey. You know, it is the Fool, and it's not in a bad way. It just talks about being very, you know, ready to go on a new experience with something. So we have you being very strong at the beginning of a new journey, and this is after you've healed yourself and you've added a little bit of protection to your wardrobe, so that you can be protected by this armor, and so that, you know, Aries are very protected people, and I would definitely want to be protected, and I would want a new beginning after dealing with these. I'm not sure about this card, Leo. This is just arguing and certain hurt feelings and stuff. So there's that there as well. And then we have the Eight of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. So there's some numerology there as well, talking about walking away from certain things that haven't grown. So, you know, Leo, if you are coming back to this kind of garden that you planted these seeds with people, right, with jobs and situations, and this is talking about, like, the Seven of Pentacles is a guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles talks about someone who's reaping what he's sown. So, you know, if the pentacles haven't grown, and pentacles symbolize anything that is of value, anything that's real. So certain things have grown, certain things haven't. And, you know, we have the Eight of Cups right after that. So anything that hasn't emotionally, I see you walking away from at least one thing, because we have the Seven of Pentacles, and Seven Pentacles can be placed in these cups, but there's one of them that wasn't fulfilled. In Leo, sometimes that's enough to leave. Like, nope, you didn't value all of my cups. You didn't value my feelings completely. You didn't value my feelings completely, so I have to walk away from you for myself and start a new beginning. And I'm protected now because, you know, I hope you understand this card. This talks about you really figuring out what has grown and what hasn't grown in November, right? You've put in a lot of work, Leo. You've done a lot of stuff for a lot of people, places, and things. And sometimes the universe has to show us that, hey, you are watering and coming out and working so hard in the garden that it just isn't, you know, you've done all you can do. This guy has done all he can do. And if things haven't grown, it's not because of him. It's not because of you, Leo. It's because this isn't a situation. What if this guy was trying to be a gardener in the middle of winter? So this guy understands the work that he has to put in. And he also understands when he needs to stop putting in work, right? He's not someone who does this for fun. you know, and I don't think you're that kind of person either, Leo. You don't just do hard work not to be rewarded. That's not you. So if you're doing things for certain people, places, or things, and you're not getting anything in return, then it may be time to walk away. And this is the full moon. So when there's a Gemini full moon, you know, you may be walking away, and that is going to be more so in December, the beginning of December, when there's a full moon, because I do see certain beginnings and completions happening here. And this is about walking away from everything materialistic for something that's more emotional. All these cups, all this pentacles, they don't matter to him anymore. He's going on a spiritual journey. So some of you Leos are really taking a risk and doing something for your spiritual self. And it's because you know, things have been really up in the air and cloudy for you, and you want clarity. So I believe that would be it. And I do have the Nine of Cups and the Star card at the bottom of the deck. So some of you may be dealing with an Aquarius. You're trying to find emotional fulfillment with an Aquarius. These are two wish cards. So go ahead and focus on this, Leo, and go ahead and make a wish, because this is the Nine of Cups and the Star, which is talking greatly about wishes being fulfilled. If you have a certain wish with an Aquarius, or if you have a certain wish with any person in your life, you can wish on this Star here. I do see some of you with an Aquarius, and this is interesting because this is your opposite sign. And I believe that opposite signs in the universe can be soulmates, but just make sure, you know, that you are emotionally fulfilled with this Aquarius, and that you are having your dreams and emotions fulfilled by this person. And if you're not with an Aquarius, this is just talking about you healing, right? This is emotional healing right here. And this is the 9 card. So this is almost the 10 of Cups. Some of you are very close to emotional fulfillment. And it's interesting, this water energy would be coming up with Scorpio, right? Just like this 8 of Cups here. You know, if certain things are not up to par, if they're not valuing you the same way that you're valuing them, then you are going to take a leap in a new direction, maybe with an Aries, or maybe for yourself, maybe with an Aquarius. I'm not sure, but this was at the bottom of your deck. But I do see the 10 of Swords here. So I'm feeling that an Aquarius, some of you may be with an Aquarius, but some of you may have been hurt tremendously by an Aquarius. And if there's some certain kind of pain, and maybe not just an Aquarius, this could be pain because your wishes weren't fulfilled. This could be pain because you're not emotionally in tune. You know, this is someone who's content and who has everything they need. So, you know, if you don't have that, that would definitely bring up a 10 of Swords kind of energy. So there is some hidden pain underneath this reading here. But it's okay, because I see an offer of love coming in for you, Leo. This is the Knight of Cups. This is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And if it's not a water sign, but I am seeing water very strongly, because we have the 6 of Cups after that. And apparently you become your natural fiery self after the past and the future, because we have the King of Wands under here. So the 6 of Cups is talking about a soulmate returning back into your life. It's also talking about the past and the future getting along with each other. You know, you could be gifting certain things. You see the older lady here kind of giving a cup, and all these cups have beautiful white flowers growing out of them. So this is the purity of your past and your future coming together. That's why this is a soulmate card, because the past and the future, soulmates kind of intertwine with your past and your future. So there might be someone coming back from your past, Leo, who has a very pure offer of emotions for you. Because I do see, you know, this is a Pisces card, so there is some Leos dealing with Pisces, or some type of emotional offer coming in from a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, which is exactly what you would need, or it would be great, I guess I should say, after this kind of pain here. So after, this is a completion of pain as well. This is the 10 card. There's not an 11 of Swords. So, you know, this is feeling very stabbed in the back, okay? And I'm feeling that some of you may be feeling stabbed in the back by an Aquarius, right? And it might be making you feel very, what's the opposite of getting your wishes fulfilled? You know, it's feeling left alone, cold, and in the dark, and very hurt. And that's just for some of you. Others of you could be having this kind of 9 of Cups with the Aquarius. And if it's not an Aquarius, it's pain with someone else. It's pain from not getting your wishes fulfilled. Some of you are dealing with pain because you're not keeping the faith, right? You're not keeping your, this is an intuitive card as well. All right, and this has a lot to do with your chakras, with this kind of star up here, and this is the North Star, right? And I have this necklace here with the North Star on it. So you really want to follow your North Star, Leo, and keep the faith, and it'll lead you to emotional fulfillment. This is 2 wish cards, so you know there are some wishes here. It could possibly even be a wish for pain to end, because I see, you know, the heart and the love and the risk and everything like that. And then we have a very beautiful love offer coming in. Literally, we have this love offer coming in from you. This is cups, 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 so it could be water sign, but for others of you, this is just an offer of emotions from any sign on the zodiac wheel. Someone who's coming in very emotionally, like, I'm sorry, Leo, I very much miss you, you know, things ended horribly with you and me, and things like that, because it really does look like things ended pretty horribly. So, alright, that got kind of deep, but let's go ahead and get a card for risk. Why? Well, let's put these cards back. And we can verify risk now. Why is risk here for Leo? What is this risk happening? Okay, so we have the Aries card coming up again. Some of you really want to take a risk with an Aries. This is a very fiery energy, and I don't blame you, right? If I was a Leo, I would probably like an Aries as well, because they're very fiery, they're very passionate, they know who they are. Good match for Leo, I think. If you guys are with Aries and you hate them, like, I don't know. But, you know, as a Pisces, and I'm pretty sure Scorpio and Cancer get along well too, it's sometimes good to keep yourself in the same element. If you guys are very much in a place of dealing with like if you were dealing with an Aquarius, that's a very logical sign, and they can lack emotion sometimes. So you might want to get with a fiery individual, Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. But some of you are really taking a risk for this Leo, and if you're, taking a risk for this Aries. If you're not taking a risk for an Aries, then you may be taking a risk for yourself, or taking a risk to become this kind of emperor, right? I'm feeling more so that this is literally an Aries, though, that you want to take a risk for. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Swords, so there might be some communicating with this Aries or something like that. And then we have the Page of Swords coming out in the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of truth. This is another truth coming out card. So you're going to take a risk with certain things that are said, right? Like there's something that you need to say, and you're going to really take a risk and a leap and a jump to either address certain people, or you're just going to be talking about certain betrayals that have happened. Maybe, you know, your heart is feeling better, and you really just want to talk now about the pain that you've been through. Or, and I'm seeing the Cancer card again, so some of you may be taking a risk with the Cancer, but I'm seeing you're taking a risk because there's something completing in your life. Could be risks about your foundation. Remember I was talking about that, because this is the Ten of Pentacles here. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So this is talking about Cancer actually got this card as well in the same position. So some of you could be battling with a Cancer. But, you know, Leo, it's talking about staying on top now and not letting anybody push you off the edge, right? Because this card is what is validating this. So you really want to stay on your feet. And if you're going to jump, make sure you're the one jumping and no one's pushing you. Because these people kind of want to knock you off the edge. They want to knock you off of your foundation. Interesting, I almost put it in the reverse, because, you know, Leo, there might be something here with the home life. You might take a risk with the home life, or with your foundation, and you might take a risk with a Libra, or take a risk with a certain court matter, or, you know, something with the government or contract, something like legal, taking a risk with something legal. If not, taking a risk with balance, you know, taking a risk with balancing out your foundation. But that's what's coming up there. And we do have the Cancer card at the bottom of the deck again. So there's some balance that needs to happen with a Cancer, something there. I don't want to get too nosy with your reading. I hope that that's enough information for you, because I feel like it's none of my business. I'm just here to give advice and be a messenger for spirit, and that's what's coming out there. I have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom as well, so there's something changing. But that's all I'm getting for risk there. That risk of love, either with that a Libra or an Earth sign, or a fire sign, or there's something there though, Leo, and I pray that you receive the messages. I want to get the rest of your cards validated though before the video is so long. Ooh, okay, so loyalty. It came out, the Star. So there's certain loyalty not matching up here with an Aquarius, and it did come up upside down. So certain Aquarius was not loyal to you, Leo. So you took a risk with somebody else, or you just, your heart is feeling really hurt because of that. I picked it up right side up though. So there's something here. Some of you are dealing with unloyal Aquariuses. Aquarius is an air sign, you know, they're very platonic when it comes to relationships. I have Aquarius and Venus, and it's interesting that we have this Nine of Cups again at the bottom of the deck, and Aquarius, this card has come out, right? So there's something here, you want this Aquarius to be loyal to you, and you want to find emotional contentment and stability with this Aquarius, right? These cards are really coming out. So there's either Aquariuses that want to be emotionally fulfilled with you and you're not really feeling it, or you know, you want it to be fulfilled with them. Something's going on with this north and south node of Leo and Aquarius. And you know, guys, if you are a Leo and Aquarius dealing with each other, I'm dealing with a Virgo. So when you're opposite signs, and I met this Virgo when the North Node was in Virgo and when I was the South Node, and we had karma, right? So a lot of Leos right now, if you're dealing with Aquarius energy anywhere, then it is karmic, and you do need to address this, right? Or you're going to manifest, you're going to reincarnate again and have to deal with this again in a different life. So you really want to be loyal, and if you're not feeling emotionally content with this Aquarius or with someone, you know, if you're not feeling like your fiery self, because we have the King of Wands and we have the Two of Wands under that. So there's certain decisions here that you might be making to leave, right? And I'm seeing this Three of Swords coming out. Three of Swords with the Two of Cups. So there's some Leos who have been really hurt when it comes, and this card is just flying, so it needs to be addressed. So if it's not an Aquarius about the loyalty, then this is past and future. You see how she's pouring into the pond and pouring into the grass? Well, you want to be loyal to your present, past, and future, because that's what you are, Leo. And if you're not, you want to be loyal to certain opposites of yourself. You want to be loyal to faith in a situation. You want to be loyal to your intuition. I feel like that's the main message here, because she has a moon on her head. I am really feeling Aquarius strong for some of you. And if it's not that, then it's just you being loyal to your intuition, as I was saying, and being loyal to healing. Okay, so for a very good chunk of you, this is talking about healing, because I did see that love card in the beginning of this reading talk a lot about healing. So if you ain't with an Aquarius, if you ain't knowing what I'm talking about, then don't worry, this card is just coming up for you, because you want to be loyal to your wishes and your dreams and your intuition and what your heart is saying. A dream is a wish a heart makes, right? I don't want to sing, but I mean, I love to sing, but you know, that's a Cinderella type of thing, and Cinderella is a fairy tale. And if you want that fairy tale with someone, because that's what this kind of feels like, is emotional fulfillment with someone who you might not be getting it with. Your arms are kind of crossed there. And if you're alone, Leo, then you just want to share this loyalty and emotional fulfillment with someone. Could be an Aquarius, could be, if it's not an Aquarius, I'm sorry, I'm feeling that strongly. Then you want to make a wish for the person that is going to make you feel emotionally fulfilled. You may be making a wish to feel emotionally fulfilled, and you want to make a wish to be emotionally fulfilled in loyalty, something like that. So, all right, interesting. We have the Pisces card coming out now, and the King of Swords. So, all right, I'm feeling some of you are dealing with a Pisces. It's interesting that this came out with the King of Swords though, because there can be some type of Aquarius dealing with a Pisces right now. That might be why this is coming out for loyalty, because, and I do believe this is coming out for loyalty, but just in case, I'm going to apply this to the High Priestess of Air. Then I will get more clarifier for the High Priestess of Air, and we will end the reading. It's going to be a little bit longer, Leo, but I'm definitely seeing here some different scenarios. So this is secrets coming out with an air sign. Okay, let's take this slower. The King of Swords is a Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra energy. This is air energy, right? And it's interesting that we have the butterflies at the back of the stone, because air signs come off as this is someone who's not very emotional. They just tell the truth, right? Air signs are all about sometimes harsh communication. But one thing I always remember about the King of Swords is that he decided to have a throne of butterflies to symbolize the softer side of him, and also to symbolize transformation. So if you remember here, that there was a certain transformation going on with that butterfly down there. So I am heated to tell you that, you know, it might be a little bit cloudy, but there's clarity coming with the King of Swords, and there's a strong foundation here with transformation. So some of you may be dealing with an air sign that is transforming you, or an air sign that your relationship with the air sign is transforming. And I'm led to these two birds here. So there's something here about taking flight with the truth. So that's for some of you. Some of you, this scenario, the fact that the moon in this air sign came out, this is certain truths coming out about an air sign. Like, because the moon, other than it being a Pisces, because this is the Pisces card, sometimes the moon comes out when there's certain hidden secrets, or when there's certain lies and illusions, stuff like that. So that you could be linked here. The reason why, because this is loyalty, right? Loyalty. And this is what's hidden. And that's not a loyal feeling. So some of you were dealing with air signs that weren't telling you the complete truth. There's another situation I'm hearing in my head where there's an earth sign that is linked to a Pisces. And there's something there with that they might have cheated on you with a Pisces, or you're feeling like they're more interested in a Pisces because this energy came together. So there's something here with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with a Pisces. For a very select few of you, it's a Cancer, because the moon is also ruled by Cancer. So there's communication with a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio, because this is water energy. So I hope you're following here, because there's so many of you who watch my videos, and there's so many different situations that kind of come out. And that I hear all different kind of spirits. So okay, that's one situation. That's a couple of different situations there that you could be. This could be you. Okay, for some of you Leos, this is your energy, and you are taking on this kind of truthful attitude. You are straying away a little bit from your emotions in order to be intellectual and honest about your emotions. Because if this doesn't symbolize a Pisces for you, if it doesn't symbolize a water sign, then it's coming out. And if it's not the air sign you're dealing with a Pisces, then it's just you being, you know, kind of cold emotionally, because you want somebody who's loyal. Okay, there's something with that. Or this could be talking about the moon that has occurred, right? This could be the Gemini moon coming up in December. This could be the Taurus moon, because I feel like when I see the moon card that it's talking about the moon. Okay, and also we have the sun and the moon here. So I'm going to mention to you that on the 18th we have the new moon in Scorpio, which is a very good time for planning things for the future. If you want to plant certain ambitions, and if you want to manifest certain loyalty in your life, it's a good time to do that with the new moon in Scorpio. So I'm not sure, guys. That Pisces card kind of tricked me up. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces, or dealing with secrets with an air sign or something like that. At the bottom of the deck, though, we do have the King of Cups, which is another Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy, right? And I do see the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's something here with a water sign and an air sign. So, whew, I don't know here. And there is third-party situations here too. I do see the Three of Cups with the Queen of Cups. So where there was the King of Cups with the there was the King of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. So there was a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, something like that, or grounded emotions. or third-party situations. So I'm seeing third-party situations with an earth sign, a water sign, and an air sign. Something like that, guys. There's something here. And if it's not that, then you're celebrating your emotions, right, in a very loyal way. But for some of you, it was that, because I do see the tower falling down and you starting a new beginning of passion, right? And because of that, you will have certain decisions to make. So I'm sorry, Leo, that this is getting kind of deep and that this is getting kind of, you know, quick and shit like that. But I'm going to get one last card for you for the High Priestess of Air. Oh, and I need to talk to you about something else too. So why is the High Priestess of Air here for Leo? Why is the High Priestess of Air here? High Priestess of Air. Oh, well, Two of Pentacles tried to come out there. So it could be balancing communication. I do see the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Wands, the Six of Wands, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so communication is changing with you. And it's about balancing out, yeah, okay, balancing out communication with the King of Swords. See, because we have the Six of Swords here. So this is a give and take energy with an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or just communication. And you know, this is kind of a fighting energy. So there was some fighting there going on and some certain arguments. Let's see if there's just a solid card that wants to come out for you guys. High Priestess of Air. Show me the High Priestess of Air, please. Alright, so we have the High Priestess and the Three of Cups. So I see this as a celebrating energy. You really want to celebrate that the fact that these priestesses are showing up for you. We have two priestesses. So this is being intellectual about your emotions, Leo. We have the High Priestess of Air, all about communication. And then we have the High Priestess, who is all about being in between worlds, you know. She definitely understands her emotions, and she's very intellectual. She sees beyond the veil. And I know this might be secrets coming out about third-party situations with the air sign, or just you need to communicate about the fact that you think or feel that there's third-party situations, because the High Priestess sometimes symbolizes secrets. Or you want to follow your intuition, Leo, if you believe that you're with someone or involved in a third-party situation. If that ain't you, then Spirit is telling me that you are going to be celebrating with very spiritual friends at the end of November. Now, bottom of the deck is Seven of Cups. Lots of options, Leo. Lots of emotional options. You're definitely in a different realm right now. And the bottom of the deck for the Wisdom of the House of Night this whole time was chaotic differences. Okay, so I do see differences twirling round and round for you. It's more so just differences, though. This is underneath this, so we can put that back. And plus you have confidence underneath there, the confidence to deal with chaotic situations, chaotic conversations. But we have differences showing up, Leo. We have an apple and an orange in the bowl, a black cat facing one way and a white cat facing the other way. So, you know, differences is coming up for you in November. And you just want to, you know, follow your intuition. And when it comes to getting yourself out of these differences, right, there's duality right now. There's a lot of, you know, black and white going on right now, and there's not many gray areas, I guess I should say. So, Leo, you have the intuition. You have the strength to get yourself through these situations. I can definitely feel your energy. That was a more powerful reading right there. I do want to say before I go that I was recording, I don't know if I mentioned this to you yet, but I was recording today. It's 11/11. Today is November 11th. So I really want you to, even if you watch this on a later day, I'm not going to have the video uploaded tonight. I'll upload it in the next few days. But just know as you're listening to me that the vibration of this kind of completing energy, the 11/11 is a very important day, November 11th. And there's a lot of things completing for us at this time. So I really want you to just kind of feel these energies and know that your reading really came from a deep place, okay? Please comment below, Leo. This is your November reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below with any questions or input that you might have. And you never know, you could maybe connect with certain Leos below in the comments. But besides that, guys, I really wish you the best in November, and I'll talk to you again in Sagittarius season when it's fire. All right, see you guys.